Howdy. This video, we're talking about my waifus. Shiki's running slide no longer knocks down. She's already a heavy mix-up character, so it doesn't surprise me she'd be on the list of characters to get this nerf. It might still be too early to call this a dead move, but just know that you'll have to space this really well to stay safe. Be mindful of what buttons you choose to take your turn with if it hits. For her command grab flip, the recovery has now been reduced. I'm not sure of the exact numbers for how minus this was before, but depending on the matchup this may be more difficult for characters to punish. There was also a glitch fixed with this move apparently, but I honestly haven't mained Shiki since Season 1, so this isn't something I ever experienced personally. Let me know in the comments if you're a Shiki main and can clarify what the notes are referring to here. Shiki already got a massive glow up in the previous season, so she was an already great character that I didn't expect to get any major changes this time. Her mix is still quite strong, and now with Guard Crush people will need to make sure they take their turn against her whenever possible. The hitbox for her jump heavy slash was shrunk horizontally. I'd have to assume this was to make this harder to cross up with, because the range in front of her doesn't really feel affected at all. Regardless, she already has a great horizontal air normal, so just be mindful of your spacing depending on what you jump in with. Iron Feather Ridge, for those who don't know, is her shoulder tackle. They increased the cancel window, which gives her even more time now to cancel into specials. This naturally makes this move kinda scary in pressure, since trying to punish it on block may be risky. This also may give her another potential Oki tool in the corner, but I sought to mess around with it more to test practicality. Her DPs now have less damage, but the medium version was sped up. I think this will make it easier for her to use it as an anti-air, and also allows her to use it in combos where heavy DP would normally whiff. Iroha is also one of the characters whose Fireball no longer knocks down airborne opponents. She's another waifu with good pressure, so this change isn't surprising. I think players will mainly feel this change in situations where you're at a life deficit and can't get your momentum going. Now, if your opponent happens to get clipped from a mistimed jump, you'll just have to take the opportunity to inch your way forward. Another thing with the grounded fireballs, Iroha's hurt box has been shifted up, now making her unable to duck under mid-height fireballs. This mainly affects how you might approach fireball wars in matchups like Mina or maybe Wu, unless you were somehow using this to low-profile stuff reliably in neutral? The air version is noted to have increased recovery, but honestly this nerf is negligible. In matches it still feels like she can zone at the same pace as before, and she can still act pretty quickly after landing on the ground. Let me know if you guys feel anything different with this change. Iroha I think is another character whose game plan and tools haven't really changed with this patch. In fact, due to Guard Crush being added, I'd say her pressure will be even more scary now, since she has tools that can be made safe or be scary to challenge. She's a pretty strong character that I definitely hope we'll get to see more of in future high-level play. Like a lot of other close heavy slashes, Wu's was sped up. In addition to that though, it now causes a hard knockdown if you hit them out of the air with the later end of the attack. Honestly, this is an odd change. This perhaps may be useful as an anti-air right at the edge of proximity range. Outside of that, I'm not sure where this would be ideal to use. I guess this can give a more simple knockdown off of trap hit, but since you'd have to do this early anyway to get the knockdown, you might as well go for one of her specials to get the extra damage. Speaking of proximity anti-airs, Close Crouching Medium Slash now has a guard point. This is a very situational move that really didn't feel like a reliable anti-air, so I was hoping this change would reduce its risk. After testing it out though, I'm not sure if I can really say yet that it's reliable. The guard point isn't immediate, and only covers a portion of the startup. With this being a proximity move too, this guard point change really only covers when you 2B very late. Relying on this to mash out of pressure probably isn't a good idea either, but over time maybe situations will come up where it works. Try it out and let me know what you think. And speaking of guard point, Her dashing light slash also has guard point. The first release of the English patch was missing some things, but even after seeing the corrections that were posted, I didn't see this mentioned. Maybe she's had this all along? This might possibly have some practical use in challenging far-range pokes, or anti-airing if you're stuck in a dash. Like her close 2B though, this is a tight window to try and utilize reliably, so we'll see if Wu players can master the timing. Her close crouching heavy slash was turned into a 2-hit move, and now it also reels the opponent in. For those who don't know, this move has a lot of hit stun, so now this combo link that was normally only possible in the corner can now be done anywhere. This is a funny change though, since this is really just a situational move that you'll use either as a really risky meaty or for a max damage confirm when you don't have SSA. It's nice for Twitter clout combos though, I guess. Her notes also mention her crouching kick now having an increased knockback duration. I'm sorry, in fact, I didn't get to record the previous version of this move to do comparisons of like distance or hit stun, but I think this means it was given more stun, which is good because the move was slightly minus before on hit. Now she should be able to keep her turn a bit better from this poke. People were probably expecting Wu to get massive buffs since she's considered one of the worst in the game, but overall these changes seem alright, I guess. The heavy slash changes really just give her more situational damage, but her anti-airing may have slightly improved, and the addition of Guard Crush naturally buffs her resets. This is another character you'll want to make sure you know when to call her out on her pressure, or you may end up getting Guard Crushed when you don't expect it. Thanks for watching. Let me know which characters you want to see next.
Thanks for watching. Hope you had a chill time. If you like me, be sure to subscribe. If you want more to see, check out what's next to the chibi. Tourney footage, art stuff, gaming streams, maybe eventually guides or other things, we'll see. You can also check out my social media as well as links to anything else that I may have mentioned in the description. That's all for now. Laters.